I like anime. I feel that anime does almost everything better than most modern American media these days. More interesting characters, more exciting plots and settings, more interesting worlds with more interesting stories to tell, the whole 9 yards. At least in my opinion, there are only 2 exceptions to this. The first is that anime undeniably has worse pacing. I'm looking squarely at you, Naruto. What the hell are you doing? But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the second thing I think anime does worse. Comedy. Anime is just not funny, bro. Maybe I'm just stone-faced and don't know when to laugh, but I don't think anime has ever squeezed more than a little air out of my nose. A little light exhale, and that's it. But never laughter. And honestly, it's not poor anime's fault. These jokes start out in Japanese and are rooted in Japanese culture a lot of the time, for a Japanese audience and a Japanese man's taste in humor. Then they are translated and adapted into English, and by that point, is the joke even the same anymore? If the original joke was funny but the guy in charge of localizing it wasn't, what's the end result? So I don't completely blame John Anime for this. What I blame him for is, this. For real, this sort of thing is the bane of my existence. When you tell me that an anime is funny, and this is what I get, I'm showing up at your house to show you what I find funny. Rush Hour 2 on DVD. But seriously, we gotta talk about this. I got nothing against a little fan service every now and then, alright? You know, gotta give the boys a little something every now and then. But if you're gonna depict a character a little bit more exposed than usual, please don't gaslight yourself into believing this has any comedic value whatsoever. You remember those Family Guy Funny Moments compilations that had like the raciest thumbnails you've ever seen in your life? You know damn well no one was clicking on that because it had funny in the title. I don't like it when anime takes obvious fan service pandering and says, oh no, when that 14-year-old girl was publicly violated, that was for laughs.
Oh, no. You see, the child porn, it was just a goof. It was just for laughs, you know? Why aren't you laughing?
And then she starts pouting. Comedy Central. And I'm sorry, having the characters constantly screaming does not make it any funnier. What makes this worse is all the neckbeards in the comments spamming crying laughing emojis as if that's why they're watching this. To laugh. What makes it even more funny, he wasn't even trying to steal the underwear. LOL. Crying laughing emoji. Dude, that one scene where she got
naked was so funny.
LOL. LeMayo even. I'm actually diagnosing this as a new kind of sickness, and I'm choosing to call it JDS, Jester's Degeneracy Syndrome. Throughout society, if you feel you've done something wrong, there's a universal way of requesting validation for it. Laughing. Make a bad joke, laugh it off.
Time flies, even if turkeys don't.
Say something out of tune, laugh it off. The cops catch you with a slightly larger than normal amount of children in your basement, just laugh it off. And if the cops start laughing too, that's how you know you're off the hook. Now, if you say something out of pocket and nobody laughs, that's how you know. You done fucked up, boy. And it's the same thing with these sweaty chuds in the comments. It's like an animal's defense mechanism. If we're all laughing, maybe no one will question us. I have a question.
What age were you guys diagnosed with Asperger's?
And I'm gonna be honest, I hate to be the guy to point fingers, but it's mostly the Konosuba fan base doing this. I hate to say it, but it's like 90% Konosuba, and it's so damn disappointing. Like, I heard this show is actually good. I've heard people say that Konosuba is actually, genuinely, the best comedy anime ever made. Hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna sit you through this entire scene and show you firsthand just how uncomfortable this is to watch. Ready? Here we go. Big bonus points for me if you either skipped that or looked around your empty room to see if anyone was watching you. Like, again, I'm sorry, but this show is a giant golden turd on the colossal shit heap of reasons why the isekai genre is the worst of all time. If you genuinely claim this as your go-to anime, I'm 100% convinced you must be a closeted pedophile, because this whole show is nothing but a creep's power fantasy. I will refer back to the rock, paper, scissors clip if you want to refute that. And again, with the cope laughing in the comments, it serves as a way of inadvertently saying, I'm watching this because it's funny, and definitely not because I want to see 13-year-old girls stripped down for the amusement of a man. I want to show you this funny interaction between some Konosuba fans on Reddit, because I feel it sums all this up quite perfectly. The meme in question is the Good Konosuba Fan Starter Pack, and one of the items down here is realizes that Kazuma is a hypocrite who only uses gender equality as an excuse. An excuse to do what exactly? Well, to violate women, of course. What else? But of course, leave it to Konosuba fans and Redditors to completely miss the point altogether. Kazuma isn't a creep who just wants to molest women and get away with it. No, he's a true advocate of gender equality. He's a man of quality, you guys. I almost want to give the show some credit for correctly identifying that Kazuma's behavior is, yes, disgusting. But, oh wait, no it doesn't. Every time Kazuma does this shit, he gets off with the equivalent of a light slap on the wrist, and the women he's victimized continue to go on quirky adventures with him, like they've all got Stockholm Syndrome. Because most of these isekai-type anime are meant as power fantasies, first and foremost. And what kind of power fantasy has you facing consequences for your actions? Anyway though, back to the point. Right below this Reddit post is a comment saying, he uses gender equality to treat women as bad as he treats everyone. And then this guy right below him replies, because that's what equality is. But uh-oh, someone replies to this guy using common sense, something that's not really allowed on Reddit. That's what an edgelord who's terminally online and hasn't left their bedroom before they got hit by a slow-moving truck thinks gender equality is. Obviously attacking the Redditor's power fantasy, which is not okay, so of course he got downvoted into oblivion. Oh yeah, and remember this guy from 10 seconds ago? He started defending CP in the exact same fucking thread. I'm tired of encountering not safe for work art of Megumin with people trying to justify it. She's a child, you pedos. Actually, she's a fictional character. Looting her does not hurt anyone. It's whoever drew her and her VA are both adults. There is no correlation between lolicons and pedos. If you actually cared about child abuse, you would target actual pedos. Blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Moral of the story is, fan service ruined Fire Force. Never forget!